Welcome to English class. Today I am going to teach you English of a Standard 8, Unit 5, Traveling Through Time. This is extracted from this H.G. Wells science fiction classic, The Time Machine. And this main character, that is a time traveler. It is a scientist who he was the inventor in England and is able to construct a machine that will allow him to travel through a time. In this lesson, he described about the invention of time machine. Let's start our lesson, traveling through time. And the time traveler's grey eyes shone and twinkled, and his usually pale face was flushed and animated. Flushed here means red. Animated, full of interest and energy. Here he described the time traveler. He has a grey eyes and his face usually pale and red, and he has a look like a full energetic man. And the fire burned brightly as we sat around listening to him after very satisfying dinner. Then for some time now, said the time traveler, I have been playing with an idea that struck me some time ago. At this time traveler said that an idea was playing in my mind. That idea get this time to create a machine. That was the idea. Time traveler I was getting an idea. That is the idea is to create a machine. And its aim is to, my aim is to travel through time. Travel through time, scoffed the very young man. Another character in this story is a young man. He said that travel through time. It is a scoffed. Scoffed means unkind, or a spoke in a rude or unkindly. And what's an imagination you have? What's your imagination? What you imagined? A machine, repeated the time traveler. And now I wanted to find a machine. And that shall travel indifferently in any direction in space and time as driver determines. What is the specialty of this machine? It can travel in any direction. And the direction determined by this driver. അതായത് ഒരു പുതിയ മെഷീനാണ്, അത് ഡയറക്ഷൻ തീരുമാനിക്കുന്ന ആരാണ്? ടൈം ഡ്രൈവർ. ആൻഡ് ഫിൽബി ലാഫ്ഡ് ഔട്ട് aloud. Philby is another character. But I have an experimental verification, said the time traveler. Verification here means an act of checking. That is it true or not? And so, yes, I intended. He responded confidently. Experiment ആണോന്ന് ചോദിച്ചു. Yes, I wanted to experiment or find a new machine. And he had a confidence. ആത്മവിശ്വാസം ഉണ്ടല്ലേ. And let us see your experiment then, said the psychologist. And though it is all humbug, you know. Psychologist, you know, that scientist who study about the mind. Then humbug here means that is something dishonest. Or try to trick the people. അതായത് ട്രിക്ക് ചെയ്യുക, സൂത്രപ്പണി അല്ലേ? അതാണോ സൈക്കോളജിസ്റ്റ് എന്ന് ചോദിക്കുക. ഈസ് ഇറ്റ് എ ഹംബഗ് ഓസ് യു ട്രൈ ടു trick the people? And time traveler smiled round at us. Then he walked slowly out of the room and he heard his slippers shuffling down the long passage to his laboratory. Then he went to the passage through his laboratory. He walked. We heard the walking steps of this traveler. And psychologist looked us. I wonder what he's got. So some psychologist in some shape. എന്തായിരിക്കും? എന്ത് മെഷീൻ ആയിരിക്കും? Some silly trick or other. Medical man. Then another character, medical man. Then medical man said that, oh, some silly trick. That's only. And the time traveler came back and the thing held in his hand was a glittering metallic object, scarcely larger than a small clock and very delicately made. Then after he went to this laboratory, time traveler went to this laboratory, and he came back with a metallic object. Glittering here means brightly shining, and it is like a small clock. Small clock പോലെ ഒരു സാധനമായിട്ടാണ്, ഒരു മെറ്റാലിക് ഒബ്ജക്റ്റുമായിട്ടാണ് ടൈം ട്രാവലർ തിരിച്ചു വരുന്നത്. There was an ivory in it and some transparent crystalline substance. Then along with it ivory, കൊമ്പ് അല്ലേ, the tusk of an elephant അല്ലേ, or and some crystalline substance also. Crystalline like a crystals. Then he took one of the small tables that were scattered about the room and set in front of the fire. Then another thing he wanted to put there, he take a small table and put in the middle of that room. Then the only other object on the table was a shaded lamp, and then he put a shaded lamp on the table, and the bright light of which fell upon the model, and there was also perhaps a dozen candles about in a brass candles upon the mantle, so that the room was brightly illuminated. Then it was a brass ഓട് കൊണ്ടുള്ള സാധനങ്ങൾ. അപ്പം അവിടെ ഒരു ക്യാൻഡിൽ ലൈറ്റ് ഉണ്ട്, ആ ഷെൽഫിൽ ഇരിപ്പുണ്ട്. മാൻഡിൽ ഹിയർ മീൻസ് ഷെൽഫ്. അപ്പോൾ ഷെൽഫിൽ ഒരു ക്യാൻഡിൽ ലൈറ്റ് ഇരിപ്പുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ ആ ലൈറ്റിൻ്റെ വെട്ട ഈ ബ്രാസയിൽ വന്ന് തട്ടിയാൽ ആ മുറി മുഴുവൻ നല്ലൊരു ഇല്യൂമിനേഷൻ പോലെ, ബ്രൈറ്റ് ലൈറ്റ്. We were all on alert. I did not seem possible that he would be able to play a trick on us or anyway. അപ്പോൾ എല്ലാവരും വിചാരിച്ചു അദ്ദേഹം എന്തോ ട്രിക്ക് അവിടെ കാണിക്കാൻ പോവാണ്. The time traveler looked at us and then at a device. അദ്ദേഹം ഞങ്ങളെ നോക്കി, ആ ഡിവൈസിനെ നോക്കി. Well, said the psychologist. The psychologist said, it was a well, and because it was very good machine. And this time, little affair, said the time traveler is only model. It is my plan for a machine to travel through time. It is only a model of a time machine. It's my aim is to travel through this time machine. And we looked at one another astonishment. Travel through time machine എന്ന് കേട്ടപ്പോൾ തന്നെ എല്ലാവരും അങ്ങോട്ടും ഇങ്ങോട്ടും astonishment, അതിശയത്തോടുകൂടി നോക്കുക. We went on pointing with his finger. Here is one little white lever, and there is another, and here is a white lever. Lever here means handle of a time machine, and ഒരു white lever ഉണ്ട്. When I press this lever, the machine will glide into future. അപ്പോൾ ഇത് പ്രസ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ എന്ത് പറ്റും? This machine will move into ഫ്യൂച്ചറിലേക്ക് പോകും അല്ലേ. And then I press the other. രണ്ട് ലിവർ ഉണ്ട്, അതിൽ ഒന്ന് പ്രസ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ ഒന്ന് ഫ്യൂച്ചറിലേക്ക്. Then I press the other lever. It travel back to the past. പാസ്റ്റിലേക്ക് തിരിച്ചു വരിക. അപ്പോൾ the machine has two lever. One when we press one lever, it moves us into the future. Then we press other lever, it will travel back to the past. The medical man got up out of his chair and peered into the thing. Then at this time, the medical man got out from his chair and looked at this thing. It is beautifully made, he said. Is it made beautifully? And it took 2 years to make it, responded traveler. And a time traveler responded that he make this instrument, he take 2 years to make this instrument. And when all of us had crowded around to take a close look at the machine, and he said, അപ്പോൾ എല്ലാവരും ഇത് കാണാനായിട്ട് അതിശയത്തിൽ ചുറ്റും കൂടി നിന്നു. അപ്പോൾ അദ്ദേഹം പറയാണ്, presently I am going to press the lever, and off the machine will go. It will vanish, pass into future time and disappear. Then I wanted to press the lever this time, and the machine will, and it will vanish. We want to go to the future time and disappear. And have a good look at the thing. Look at the table too. Satisfy yourself. Here is a trick. Here is no trick. I did not show any no trickery. കളിപ്പിക്കുകയല്ല, ഞാൻ യഥാർത്ഥത്തിൽ കാണിച്ചു തരുമെന്ന് അദ്ദേഹം പറയാം. There was a minute pause. Then the time traveler put forth his finger towards the lever. എന്നിട്ട് ഒരു മിനിറ്റ് നിന്നു. The time traveler put forth his finger towards the lever. He pressed the lever. No, he said suddenly. Lend me your hand. Then also you have a your lend me your hand also എന്ന് ആരാ പറയുന്നത് അദ്ദേഹം? അതായത് ടൈം ട്രാവലർ. And these are today's class. You read this lesson and find its meanings. Okay.